Hey guys, Al here. I want to talk today about why are you getting wrong or inconsistent organic matter readings. So the way organic matter is measured, first off, there's a couple different kinds of organic matter, and they test for all of them through essentially burning it off. So they burn off all of your organic material. They weigh it before, they burn it, and then they weigh it again, and whatever the difference is your organic matter percentage. The problem is for so many years, we've all been taught to just take a shovel out there and take a composite sample and throw it all in a bucket and send it off to the lab. But if you don't have consistency in the amount of soil or the volume of soil that you're taking throughout the soil profile, like you get with a soil probe here. So I have the same amount, same surface area, whatever you want to call it, from the top to the bottom. So every layer of soil for that's a 6-inch sample. But if you want to do 12 or if you want to do 4, depending on your growing technique, you can do that. But for every inch of soil, the same amount of soil is represented throughout that soil probe. So when I do this over and over and over again, I'm consistent in the amount of soil. So when that gets mixed up and gets to a lab and then they test it, it's equal representation across the entire soil profile. What happens with a shovel is a lot of times you step on it, you hit a stone, it goes a little bit sideways, you flip it up. Now you have a huge chunk of the represented sample that might be topsoil one year. And maybe the next year it's the opposite. You have more of kind of that anaerobic zone at 8 inches because it was a soft spot and you got in deep, so on and so forth. So you don't have an equal representation of each part of the soil profile, which is why you'll see your organic matter numbers go up and down and sideways. Another thing to keep in mind is you have organic matter that can be, your humus, and a lot of it's represented in your topsoil, right? But also you're going to have your organic matter being decomposing organic material. So just even like on here, you see the green, right? So if you're taking a shovel full and you get a lot of, say, thatch that's decomposing one year and not the next year, or you have a pile of cow manure or deer manure or deer poop or whatever you want to call it, or if you put down chicken manure in your garden or something like that, and in a shovel you get a whole bunch, and in the next year you don't. Those are all going to, when they do that combustion in the lab, are going to alter your organic matter readings. So do I put a lot of emphasis on organic matter? It's important, certainly. But unless you're being super, super consistent year after year after year, and probably monitoring maybe over 5 to 10 years, I don't worry about it as much as long as I'm seeing consistency, whether it's being stable or maybe slightly increasing. But what I do worry about more is how does the soil look? And what are some other metrics that I'm going to talk about in another video, and of course the biological metrics that I will also talk about in another video. But all in all, that might be why you're getting variable organic matter readings. I see a lot, guys. I get a lot of people tell me, oh, I have super sandy soil, and they'll send me in a soil test that has an 8% organic matter reading, which I wish both were true, but oftentimes you can't have a 3% CEC and an 8% organic matter, or very rarely would that, because as organic matter increases, your CEC would increase. So keep that in mind. Sampling, keep it simple. Use a soil probe, use the same depth, try to use the same time of year, try to use the same points of each field, try to keep it around an acre or two, so that you're not having too large of a composite sample. And most importantly, be safe and enjoy it, guys. Check us out at vitalizeseed.com.